In the heart of the village of western Nigeria, nestled among lush hills, there lived two sisters, Zara and Amara. Zara, the elder of the two, had always been admired by the villagers for her beauty and charm. However, her pride and arrogance made her unpopular, especially with her stepmother. Amara, the younger, was everything Zara was not: kind, humble, and loved by everyone who knew her. When Zara's father married a woman from a distant village, Zara was furious. She had grown used to being the center of attention and could not bear the thought of sharing her father's affection with anyone else. Amara's stepmother, a woman named Amina, was nothing like the wicked stepmothers from the stories. She treated both Zara and Amara with fairness and kindness, though Zara resented her presence. One evening, as the two girls sat by the fire, Amina turned to Amara and said, "You are a girl of great worth, and one day, I will give you all that I have. You will inherit my blessings, my strength, and my wisdom." Amara smiled gently, but Zara's eyes burned with jealousy as she listened. She vowed to herself that her stepmother's wealth and kindness would never go to Amara. As the years passed, Amara blossomed into a young woman of unparalleled grace and kindness. Word spread of her beauty and gentle nature, and soon a suitor came from a neighboring village, asking for her hand in marriage. The entire village of western Nigeria rejoiced at the news, and preparations for the wedding began in earnest. Amara was excited, though nervous. Zara, however, was seething with jealousy. She could not stand the thought of Amara, the girl she had always belittled, becoming the bride of such a fine young man. Zara began plotting to ruin the wedding, determined to make Amara's happiness impossible. Zara's first plan was simple: she decided to ruin Amara's wedding dress. The beautiful gown was a gift from Amina, made of fine silk and embroidered with intricate patterns that told the story of their family's heritage. Zara, full of hatred, waited until Amara was at the river washing clothes and sneaked into her room. She tore the dress into shreds, thinking that Amara would never be able to wear it again. Now she will look foolish on her wedding day, Zara whispered to herself as she smiled wickedly. But Amara's friends, upon hearing what had happened, quickly came together and mended the dress. The wedding was saved, and Zara's first attempt to ruin it had failed. As the wedding day approached, Zara became desperate. She knew she had to act quickly. Amara's mother had given her a beautiful necklace as a wedding gift, an heirloom passed down through generations. Zara, in her rage, secretly snuck into Amara's room one night and shattered the necklace. The delicate pieces were scattered across the floor. "Amara will never wear this now," Zara muttered as she hid the pieces in the corner of the room. But Amara, never one to be defeated, found the broken necklace and, with the help of her friends, managed to fix it just in time for the wedding. Determined to stop the wedding at all costs, Zara concocted another wicked plan. She secretly poisoned the food meant for the wedding feast, hoping to make all the guests fall ill. "If everyone is sick, the wedding will be ruined," she thought with satisfaction. But Amina, ever watchful, noticed a strange odor in the food and ordered it to be discarded before anyone could eat it. Zara's plot had failed once again, and Amara's wedding was one step closer to happening. As the wedding day grew nearer, Zara became more inventive in her schemes. This time, she disguised herself as an old villager, hoping to blend in with the crowd at the wedding. She spread rumors, claiming that Amara was not worthy of the groom's love and that the marriage was based on false pretenses. "Amara has a dark secret," Zara whispered to the guests. But Amara, with her natural grace and wisdom, confronted the rumors calmly and directly. She spoke with confidence, and the villagers, seeing her strength, rallied behind her. Zara's lies were exposed, and her plot failed yet again. Frustrated and running out of options, Zara went to an old witch who lived in the forest, hoping to find a way to curse Amara and ruin the wedding once and for all. The witch, an eerie figure draped in tattered robes, handed Zara an ancient amulet, saying, "This will bring misfortune to the one who wears it." Zara, thrilled with the power of the curse, placed the amulet in Amara's wedding veil, hoping that when Amara wore it, the curse would take effect. But Amara's stepmother, Amina, noticed the amulet before the ceremony began and had it removed. The curse was avoided, and Zara's wicked plan failed once again. In her most desperate act yet, Zara decided to steal the groom's wedding ring. She waited until nightfall, then snuck into the groom's home and took the precious ring, believing that without it, the wedding could not proceed. The next morning, when the groom could not find the ring, he grew frantic. "How can I marry Amara without the ring?" he asked in despair. Amara, ever calm, reassured him. "Do not worry. We will find it," she said. With the help of the villagers, they searched, and Zara's theft was discovered. She had St. On the day of the wedding, just as Amara and the groom were about to exchange vows, an unexpected guest arrived, the village chief. Zara had hoped that the chief's arrival would cause confusion and disruption, but instead, the chief praised Amara for her wisdom, beauty, and kindness. "This wedding is a celebration of love, and no one shall stand in the way of that," the chief declared. With his blessing, Amara and the groom exchanged vows, and Zara's plot fell apart once again. Zara, not willing to give up, devised yet another scheme. This time, she went to the river and tore up some of the wedding invitations, throwing them into the current. She hoped that the guests would not receive their invitations and the wedding would be ruined. But Amara, wise as always, had extra invitations printed and sent out. The guests arrived as planned, and Zara's efforts were in vain. The wedding continued without a hitch. On the wedding day, dark clouds began to gather ominously above the village, just as Amara and her groom stood in front of the altar. Zara smiled, thinking that the storm would surely ruin the ceremony. But Amara's stepmother, Amina, called upon the village elders to perform an ancient blessing. As they chanted, the storm clouds parted, and the sun shone brightly on the ceremony. The rain had been stopped, and Zara's plan to ruin the wedding failed once again. As the wedding continued, Zara could not stand to see Amara so happy. She began telling the guests that Amara's wedding dress was cursed and that anyone who touched it would suffer great misfortune. Amara, overhearing the rumors, chose not to respond in anger. Instead, she wore her dress with pride and confidence, knowing that her love was stronger than any curse. The villagers, seeing her grace, rallied behind her, and the rumors were silenced. Zara's attempts to spoil the wedding had failed yet again. Zara, still angry and resentful, began to spread rumors about Amara's stepmother, Amina. She told the villagers that Amina had wronged them in the past and was unworthy of their trust. But Amara's stepmother, wise and strong, confronted the villagers. She revealed the truth about Zara's malicious schemes and how she had been trying to ruin Amara's happiness. The villagers, seeing Zara's true nature, turned against her, and Amara's wedding continued unharmed. Zara's jealousy grew, and she began spreading rumors that the groom had broken a promise to Amara. She told her friends that he had secretly been unfaithful and that Amara would be heartbroken. But Amara, strong and trusting, chose to speak with her groom. He assured her that his love for her was true and that he had never broken a promise. The trust between them grew even stronger, and the wedding went forward. In one final, desperate attempt, Zara went to a rival village and convinced another man to propose to Amara. She told him that Amara was meant to be with him, not her current groom. The rival groom arrived at the wedding, interrupting the ceremony. However, Amara stood strong. She looked into the eyes of her true groom and declared, "My heart belongs to you, and no one can change that." The rival groom, seeing the strength of Amara's love, left in defeat, and the wedding continued. Finally, after countless obstacles,